Hello, my name's Amanda Bate and I'm a homeopath in Abbots Langley. I'm doing this little video to explain to you a bit about homeopathy, and if you're interested you can join me later in this week for a webinar about homeopathy and how we can use it during this time of crisis. What is homeopathy? Homeopathy is both an alternative and a complementary system of medicine that's been around for a long time. It's alternative in that many people only use homeopathy, but it's also complementary in that you can use it alongside any other system of medicine or therapy. There are times when you couldn't use homeopathy on its own. For example, if you broke a leg, you would still need to go to the hospital and get your leg straightened and set in plaster or whatever, but then you could use homeopathy to help with the pain and help with the bones to knit. Homeopathy is also very safe. We can use homeopathy during childbirth, and during pregnancy beforehand. And I can give a remedy to a baby the moment they're born. It's safe for all ages, and it's safe, as I said, to take alongside other medications. As a homeopath, this is what I think about health and disease. Because homeopathy is known as a holistic medicine, it means that we look at the whole person, no matter what the problem. So even if a person came to me with just an emotional problem or just a physical problem, I would still be looking at how the whole of the person is affected. When we're healthy, everything is working in harmony, our mind, our emotions, and our physical body. You can't separate them. So when we're really healthy, we don't think about our head because it's not hurting. We don't think about our digestive system because we haven't got a stomach upset or diarrhea. We don't think about our emotions until we're really stuck in one. Maybe we're feeling angry and can't get past that, or we're terribly, terribly upset. And we don't think about our mind if we can think clearly, remember what we want to say next, and so on. So when we're healthy, everything works together in harmony. When things are out of harmony, we as a homeopath will think that person is diseased. It doesn't mean they've caught a disease, it means they're out of balance, they are not at ease. So when we have a virus, or we are upset, or we have a migraine, or we keep forgetting things, then part of us is not in balance with the rest, and so we are not at ease, we are diseased. What does a homeopath do? A homeopath treats each person as an individual. We don't have a pill for an ill. So when a person comes to me, I get them to tell me why they've come. They might have phoned up and made the appointment because they were feeling anxious or because they suffer with migraines. It doesn't matter. I want to hear about the main issue and then about how it affects all other parts of their life. And that's what we mean by looking at something holistically. The very way a patient tells me what's going on with them and how it's affecting them helps me to find a remedy that will help them get better. How does it help them get better? We're not entirely sure what happens inside us when we take a remedy, but what we do notice is that the person starts to heal. So the mind, the emotions and the physical body all get back into balance. I should add here that at the moment when I say I'm seeing a patient, I mean I'm seeing them by FaceTime or Skype, or we're having a phone conversation. We don't have a pill for an ill. So I don't have a remedy I always give for eczema, or a remedy I always use for migraines, or a remedy I always use for anxiety or digestive problems. What we do is, as I said, we look at each person's individual circumstances and how the illness is affecting them. And I'll give you an example. The easiest example, which is very clear, is when a baby comes to me, or is brought to me, with teething problems. Now, many babies will scream in pain when they're teething. It's so painful, they scream. They don't just cry, they scream. Often their bottoms look a bit sore, and they like to bite on something cold. And very noticeably, they are quite capricious, so that they want mummy to pick them up, and then they want to go to daddy, and then they want to go back on the floor, and then they point to their drink, and then they knock their drink away. They want to look out of that window, now they want to go and look at the mobile playing. They want this constant change. And all of that helps me to know that probably the best remedy for them is chamomilla. Now, because a lot of babies are like that when they're teething, chamomilla has become known as, oh, that's the remedy for babies who are teething. But it only works if your baby has symptoms like that. I have had babies been brought to me with teething problems when they cry with the pain, but they feel immediately a bit better if mum or dad or nana will pick them up and cuddle them and just carry them around gently. They don't want to be put down, and they're not screaming in terrible pain. So you can see how chamomilla might just not work for them because they're not producing the symptoms that we know the remedy chamomilla will really help. So we're always looking at the individual, looking for a remedy that will help that person with those issues at that time. Now, it's very interesting that at the moment, what's going on, people are producing very similar symptoms. So that means that quite a few people are benefiting from the same remedy. But even so, with what's going on, we're still looking at how is that person experiencing it? What's going on with them physically, emotionally, and mentally? So in a nutshell, that is what we do, what homeopathy is, and what I do as a homeopath. So I do hope you will join me for the webinar and find out how I'm using it in this latest crisis. Thank you.